There's a woman standing still in the middle of a crowded street. Cars rush by. People pass with eyes on their phones. The city moves, but she pauses. She closes her eyes, and for the first time in years, she takes a breath so deep, it fills the hollow inside her ribs. And in that breath, something soft returns. Not joy, not clarity, just presence. Maybe she's been breathing all this time, but this moment, this is the first time she's truly arrived in her own body. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're alive? Technically, heart beating, lungs moving, but still, somehow, not here? Maybe life has felt like a movie playing in the background. You're watching, but not really living it. Rushing from task to task, smiling at the right times, answering, "I'm fine," like a reflex. But somewhere between good morning and good night, you disappeared. And now, here you are, sitting, listening, breathing. Maybe this is your moment. The first time you meet your breath like an old friend. The first time you feel the wind touch your chest and know you're still here, still alive, still worthy, even in stillness. The world we live in doesn't stop. Clocks ticking, notifications buzzing, 1,000 voices competing for your attention. Productivity, progress, performance. So we keep moving faster, louder, busier. But in all the noise, something precious fades. You. When was the last time you sat in silence? Not because you had nothing to say, but because you wanted to listen? Not to music, not to your phone, but to something deeper, to the whisper of your breath, the rhythm of your soul, the tiny beat that reminds you, "I'm here." The world taught us to chase everything. Success, love, validation. But it forgot to teach us how to stay. How to stay present. With the quiet. With the uncomfortable. With the gentle truth that you don't need to earn your existence. You don't need to be loud to be enough. Some of the most sacred moments happen in stillness. And if you're still here, still breathing, then maybe now is your moment to choose the silence beneath the noise, not to escape life, but to return to it. There is one companion who has never left your side, not once. Your breath, it was there when you cried in silence, when you smiled through heartbreak, when the world didn't see your pain, but your chest still rose and fell. It didn't ask you to explain. It didn't need words. It simply stayed. We think of breathing as survival, but it's more than that. It's an anchor, a soft thread that keeps you tethered to this moment. Not the past, not what you lost, not what you fear, but this, right here. This inhale, when you bring your attention to the breath, not to control it, not to change it, but to witness it, you return home, because each breath says, "You're still here. You matter. You belong." The world may rush, the mind may race, but your breath waits, always. Between the inhale and the exhale, there's a pause. Most people rush past it. They never notice. But you're starting to feel it now. That stillness, that soft space, that nothingness where everything finally rests. It's not empty. It's sacred. It's the place where you're no longer chasing, no longer proving, no longer performing, just being. Maybe for the first time, your nervous system isn't preparing for danger. Your shoulders release. Your heart opens a little. You don't need to rush to the next inhale. Life is not a race. The pause is not a delay. The pause is the point. When you rest in the pause, you meet the real you. Not the version others expect. Not the one who always holds it together. But the you who is simply alive. So next time you breathe, linger for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. That's where rebirth begins. In that quiet, unseen moment where your soul whispers, I'm still here. Put your hand gently on your heart right now. Just feel the warmth, the rhythm, the life. Don't rush it. Let your palms soften. Let your shoulders melt. And just breathe. Inhale slowly. Feel the rise. Exhale gently. Feel the release. There is someone living beneath your ribs, waiting to be seen, waiting to be loved, waiting for you to come home. This isn't just breathing. This is remembering. Remembering that your body isn't just a shell. It's a memory keeper, a home, a witness to every moment you thought you had to be strong. So ask yourself softly, where in me feels tight? What part of me feels ignored? Which emotion have I locked away behind the bones of my chest? And then breathe there, into the pain, into the numbness, into the silence. Your breath is the bridge between emotion and healing, between the version of you that coped and the one that's ready to feel again. Breathe, not just with your lungs. Breathe with your heart. That's how you start to soften. That's how you begin to return. Say it if you can. I'm here, and I'm listening. Sometimes, that's all your heart ever needed. There was a night I couldn't sleep. Not because I was restless, but because everything inside me was too loud. Regrets, memories, words I should have said, tears I didn't let fall. I curled up in the dark, and something in me whispered, just stay, don't run this time. So I placed my hand on my chest, and I took the deepest breath I'd ever allowed myself. It wasn't graceful. It trembled. It caught halfway through, because pain was there. But I didn't stop. I let the air fill the hollow inside me. And then I let it go, like I was letting go of holding it all together. That breath didn't fix my pain. It didn't erase my past, but it anchored me. It reminded me, I don't have to heal all at once. I just have to stay, one breath at a time. That's when I understood. The opposite of running away isn't strength. It's softness. It's choosing to stay with yourself, even when it hurts. And that night, I stayed, and I breathed, and I lived. Inhale slowly, and as you exhale, let go. Let go of the things you were never meant to carry. The old stories, the silent blame, the weight of who they told you to be. Imagine each breath out as a leaf falling gently from the branch. Soft, natural, no resistance. With every breath, the trees release what's no longer needed. They don't mourn the falling leaves. because they know space is needed for spring to come. And maybe you too are in your autumn. Maybe it's time to let go of the words that hurt, the versions of you built for survival, the pressure to be fine all the time. Exhale, and with it let go of the apology for being human. Exhale, and let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your heart unclench. You don't need to hold on so tight anymore. Not to the past. Not to the pain. Not even to the idea of who you think you should be. This breath is a doorway, and with every exhale, you walk lighter. So breathe and let go. One leaf, one memory, one burden at a time. Presence is not something you achieve. It's something you remember. The moment you feel the breeze kiss your cheek, the second your fingers graze the softness of a blanket, the instant sunlight slips through your window and touches your skin. That's a prayer. A quiet one, but no less sacred. Maybe you've been taught that prayer is a request, something you say when you want something to change. But presence is the kind of prayer where you don't ask, you simply notice. You notice the rustling leaves, the bird's song you almost missed, the rhythm of your own breathing. That is a conversation with life, a form of reverence that asks for nothing and in return gives you everything. You don't need the perfect words. You don't need to kneel. You don't even need to be certain. You just need to arrive, to pause, to feel your own aliveness humming beneath the noise. When you place your hand on your chest and feel the quiet rhythm beneath, that's already a prayer. A way of saying, I'm here, and that's enough. So the next time you feel the sun warm your back, or the breeze lift your hair, don't rush past it. Whisper back, even if only in your heart, thank you. That moment, that's the sacred. And you are in it. Life is not a sprint. It's not a checklist. And you were never meant to keep up with a world that's constantly running. Your breath has never rushed you. It never said, hurry up. It simply waited and whispered, stay with me. When everything around you moves too fast, deadlines, expectations, noise, your breath stays steady. It is your sacred rhythm, the one place where you're allowed to just be. Maybe you've been taught to measure your worth by how much you do, by how quickly you respond, by how busy you stay. But your breath doesn't measure you by output. It welcomes you exactly as you are. Inhale, feel the rise. Exhale, feel the release. That gentle rhythm is your soul saying, you don't have to rush. You just have to be. Let yourself move at the pace of the moon. Let your healing bloom like seasons, not like seconds. There is no behind in a life aligned with breath. No late when you walk in presence. The only time that matters is now. And now is waiting for you, just as your breath always has. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't need a grand plan to move forward. Just one breath, right here, right now. Breathe in and notice the way your chest rises, the way the air cools your throat, the way you are still here. Maybe your heart feels heavy. Maybe your soul is tired. But if you're here, breathing with me in this moment, then you are alive. And that is already a miracle. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too much or not enough. You are breathing. And that is enough. So when the world feels too loud, when your thoughts start to spiral, come back here, to this moment, to this breath. Let this be your beginning. Let this be your home. This is Elaria healing. Heal, reborn. Shine as your true self.